Hello everyone, this is Walter here doing another collector's edition unboxing of a DVD Blu-ray case, a Blu-ray 3D Blu-ray case. In this case, try saying that 10 times, case, whatever. It's the Avengers 10-disc box set. Yeah, this thing. Right here. Now, before we get into this, I think we should probably explain, like, the minor history that this thing had. This thing was supposed to, like, in terms of the case, was supposed to look like the one that Nick Fury used, which also included this, light-up emblem effect. However, for some odd reason, Ramola decided to put, like, a major lawsuit against Marvel just because of trademark infringement, so this thing was delayed. The lawsuit actually happened weeks before the initial release of Avengers 1. So, in this case, this thing was delayed for at least about 3 to 4 months, up until April. So, I got this in April, and I've been holding this thing off for a while, up until now. It's like for Iron Man 3. So, let's get this thing going. You open up the case, it lights up, showing off, like, some of the stuff that you actually get. Pretty much the dossier files on each Avenger, which we're gonna go into later. Right now, let's go into the case itself. Look at this thing. Jeez, this is awesome. Like I said, thing lights up, if you're wondering. At the dead center, which is probably in this case the blue for LED lights, like right here, and there's also apparently 2 LED lights right here. These are right here. These are powered by 2 AAA batteries. If I look through the battery compartment, yeah, this thing is removable. Oh wait, 3 AAA batteries. Sorry. So you're going to be needing some batteries if you actually want to keep this thing up and running. It does come with the replica Tesseract cube, which you actually have to smack like a couple of times just to actually get it going and such. And they do have like special DVD cases for the Avenger films, like say Iron Man with his style also goes into a little. It's like each one of them goes into like a little background story of each. So that's Iron Man. Incredible Hulk is with Abomination. The one thing I noticed is that apparently they are using the same DVDs as you would get if you were getting the them separately on their versions. Iron Man 2 with Iron Man and War Machine against the army of Hammer droids, and of course Iron Man 2 bio. Thor and Captain America and the Avengers, are the only ones that actually involve 3D Blu-ray. So this is Thor going up against the Destroyer armor while Loki's sitting above in the throne of Asgard. In this case, again, 3D Blu-ray, regular Blu-ray, bio of Thor. Captain America, same story. Captain America going into the Hydra stronghold while the Red Skull is holding the Tesseract. And same story, 3D Blu-ray, regular Blu-ray, bio. And then of course you got Avengers, which has them in their iconic scene at the end of the battle, and also Loki just loading off while the Avengers tower is up and about. And of course 3D Blu-ray, regular Blu-ray, Avengers. Now, that's actually 9 of the 10 disc pack. The 10th disc, which is technically a Blu-ray from the looks of it, is called the Avengers Initiative, which is pretty much behind-the-scenes stuff that never was released with any of the regular versions up until today, if you actually do get this thing. So, with that said and done, let's take a look at the dossier files. And again, one quick minor edit later. These are the dossier files. It does come with like a special envelope for confidential junk. Turns out, if you actually do get this set, You do get a certificate of authenticity saying that you're a badass for actually getting one of the limited editions. You have proved your greatness of being an ultimate Marvel fan for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So here's your badge for being a badass about it. Let's see here. It also comes with a little thing which actually involves using one of the dossier files, which later eventually becomes part of, like, it's more of a scavenger hunt idea, so that you can so that those who actually get the Avengers 10 disc box set gets to look at the Phase 2 preview online. They do give you like a Shield-esque badge, kind of nice. On the back, it's pretty much like a focus. Like, it does have the code for it. I'm just hiding it for now. But yeah, this thing, if you pretty much look at it closely, it turns out it does have some holographs, which is actually from the Item 47 flick that they did. Now, there's actually 5 dossier files. One of them being a Shield standard, which shows off like images of the Tesseract, Agent Phil Coulson's Shield card, Tesseract power-ups, Agent Noth, Hawkeye, of course, and of course the infamous Item 47, which you have to use the thing which I showed you in order to actually figure out what website to go through in order to look through Marvel for the Marvel Phase 2 stuff. The photos are actually awesome. It's like legit photos. That's one. Agent Romanoff's file on the Incredible Hulk, Dr. Bruce Banner. In this case, they give you stuff about, say, this one about when Thunderbolt Ross was actually using... This is actually apparently the one from Thunderbolt Ross, when Thunderbolt Ross was actually getting the experimental super soldier serum. This one was, it's of course the label for the soda company that Banner was working at. The newspaper clipping about when Banner hulked out in the first place. Some research paperwork, lecture highlights about Liv Tyler, aka Betty Ross. And of course, some more of the Shield stuff. And apparently blueprints to the Sonic cannon that they used against Hulk in the film. So yeah, that is actually going to be the Hulk stuff. Probably getting dark here. Sorry. Agent Coulson's report on the Puente Antego incident, aka Thor. Sorry for the camera movement. Which pretty much shows, like, say, Thor's driver's license, Jane Foster. I don't know. I find Natalie Portman okay for Jane Foster, but in this case, it does have some connection to Incredible Hulk, since she does go to Culver University and such, like Betty Ross is. And you also get the Thor band, like the badge, that like wristband that you get for the hospital. The pagers involving the connection between our worlds and such. The picture of Thor actually in the Bifrost. And also the pages explaining Mjolnir, well, mainly Bifrost, but that's it. And also including a picture of the Tesseract, which is kind of awesome. So that's actually going to be Thor. Next is Tony Stark, and Iron Man has a lot of stuff. I mean, you got napkins for... a napkin... a card for the AIM, which I think is probably going to be somewhere around Iron Man 3. Tickets to the Stark Expo. A pamphlet to the Stark Expo. Including the Tesseract page of the Tesseract, which apparently I had upside down the whole time. Newspaper clipping of the Who is Iron Man thing, and I looked at the back just to see if there's anything else, but nothing so far. The original Iron Man Mark 1 blueprints, which I sadly cannot put together at this time. And of course the blueprints to the arc reactor, like the heavy arc reactor. From the first film, of course. So that's actually going to be Iron Man. If I can get... Again, Iron Man has a lot of stuff. So bear with me on this one. Alright, the final one, Captain America. A lot less, apparently. He does come with 3 trading cards. From the... I think from Phil Coulson, apparently. I know I do have the Ancient Phil Coulson ones from EFX Prop Replicas, but it's kind of nice that they actually did include at least 3 of the set. Picture of Peggy, was it? Yeah, Peggy. Like from the compass. One, how Steve Rogers was looked at during training, his drawing of the monkey during his time in Italy. Of course, his files about him actually fraudulent applications, his failure application, and of course his peculiars of participant, which includes anything in particular of like laryngitis and such, like if you had diabetes before, blah blah blah, so on and so forth. And yeah, that's actually going to be it. In terms of price, this thing was $150. Yeah, $150, because of the fact that you get 10 discs, which is kind of a good thing, since 6 of them are technically Blu-ray, the last 3 being 3D Blu-ray, one of them actually being like a bonus material that was never before released. I'm holding the button, sorry. And also you get the bonus prop replicas from the films. So is it worth it? I say yeah, it's worth it if you're a Marvel fan. If you're a DC fan, then go with the Dark Knight trilogy then. I know there's supposed to be one coming out as like a Ultimate Collector's Edition, but I haven't heard nothing about it ever since that announcement. But in this case, I'm prepped up for Iron Man 3. I'm psyched about Iron Man 3. Let's get Iron Man 3 over with, and I'll see you guys later.